What's up everyone, Vu of Vu Films, and I'm back with a somewhat serious video for you to watch. Today I want to share with you how my Asian ass got to America. Back in 1980, my parents, pregnant with my older brother, got a sponsorship. No, not from Squarespace, but from my two aunts that lived here in America to leave Vietnam after the Vietnam War. They escaped late at night during very dangerous times. They escaped late at night and hopped on a boat and sailed to Malaysia, stayed at a refugee camp in Malaysia for a while. My mom gave birth to my brother there in Malaysia, and then they flew to Manila, Philippines, and stayed at a refugee camp there for a while, and then finally flew to America with $0 in their pocket. And then my piece of trash was born in 1984 in Maryland. I am a full-blown United States citizen, all right? And I'm proud of it. So why did I tell you all that? I don't know, just for you to get to know me a little bit. Share my story to my viewers on YouTube. I'm a professional videographer, video editor, filmmaker, whatever you want to call me. So my YouTube channel is basically me talking about videography and photography gear, reviewing it, testing certain things, and making dumb jokes while I'm at it. That is my YouTube. It's probably more making dumb jokes than reviewing stuff, but you should get some insight off of videography and videography gear from viewing my videos. And occasionally I post projects that I do with like breakdowns of how I did it and all that stuff, and maybe some behind the scenes of video shoots. So that is what I post on YouTube. I started off doing wedding videography back in 2016. I got into videography after I received my wife and I's wedding video back when we got married in 2013. And that video was so impactful to me that I decided to buy my own camera just to record family stuff. And clearly I got carried away. What was I doing before then? I was an accountant for 10 years. Okay. I was doing something very typical of what most kids and a lot of Asian kids would do, is go to college. You want to make sure you have a good degree, all that stuff. And based on my parents' journey, all of their efforts and risking their lives to get here to America, I wanted to make sure that I did what they set out for me to do, was to come here, have a better life, get a good education, get what they didn't have, become successful in their eyes. And I got a degree in economics, got a job being an accountant, and I did it for 10 years. And was it what I wanted to do? No. Did I like doing it? No. Was I good in school? No, I was not the typical Asian student. I passed, I got my degree, but you know, somehow one thing led to another, and now I'm a videographer and I'm very happy about it. And I get to tell great stories of wedding couples that I work with, and I get to do commercial work and all those things. So my YouTube channel is an outlet for me to create other things. I already do all these B-rolls for weddings. I do a bunch of B-rolls for commercial clients. My YouTube is a place for me to just share some of my knowledge, share, you know, doing reviews and just saying stupid stuff. I'm a very introverted person. I've been introverted since growing up. And my senior year in high school, in my studio art class, is where I kind of discovered that, hey, I could actually be pretty funny and make a lot of jokes and stuff like that. And I remember my art class loving me because I was hilarious most of the time. And I would like to think that I can be funny, and I am funny with my friends. My close friends know that I'm just a jokester. I say a bunch of stupid stuff and it just turns out to be funny. Okay. There's no real skill to it. But it is what it is. And I try to be myself as much as I can on my YouTube channel. And it's difficult because you can't say everything you want, but I really want to be exactly how I am with my friends to my YouTube viewers. Okay. That means I'm going to joke around a lot, make stupid jokes, make insulting jokes, make offensive jokes, make racially charged jokes, mainly, it seems like, anyway, towards Asians like myself. And quite honestly, that's what got me my initial jump in subscribership. For the longest time, I made a couple of random gear unboxings and stuff like that, and random, videos talking about videography related stuff. And I got no followers, no subscribers, no comments, quite a few dislikes, because it was quite boring. I was really trying to be like this technical, informative person, and it's not me. I cannot say 2 sentences without telling a joke or saying something dumb. And of course, that's boring, and it shows in the video. So the first time I did a video for a DJI Ronin S gimbal when it first came out, I decided, hey, you know what? I'm gonna just say a bunch of really dumb stuff. Whatever I feel like is unscripted, and I just made a bunch of jokes. And that one hit hard. I think I have like 40,000 views on it. I got like 1,000 subscribers off of that video. And that is when I realized that this is my niche, and this is actually exactly what I want to do. I just want to try my best to be myself, express myself to the YouTube world, the YouTube space, exactly how I am. And I don't mind getting comments where people will say, oh, well, you're not funny, because I understand not everyone will understand my jokes, but the majority of my viewers understand my jokes, and the majority of the comments have been very positive. Hilarious, you're funny, whatever. So that's great. I'm glad I'm entertaining you, and I'm glad that it's enough for you to subscribe to my channel, and I'm very grateful for that. I am grateful for the support, and that's what keeps me going. What's really troublesome is the people that tell me to conform. I get a lot of comments telling me to cut the jokes, and I just get to the point. I just need the information and stuff like that. And I'm gonna be quite honest with you, there's 20, 30 other YouTube channels, and they're all great. I'm not knocking them, but there's 20 to 30, 40, 50, I don't know, there's a lot of YouTube channels out there that would give you the information you need. I will give you some of the information, and I think I just kind of speak from experience. I'm not technical. That's not me. I really just want to have a good time filming my YouTube videos, and at the same time just entertain, and also hopefully you learn something from it. But to tell me to just conform to other YouTube channels and just get to the point, or I'm not funny, or my jokes are cringy, stop making jokes, whatever. No, I'm not going to do that. Okay. I think as an Asian American, it is important for me to share my experiences as an American, as an Asian living in America, how it is. And the way I share it is through jokes, through laughter. Easiest way to learn about a culture is through food and laughter. And, we Asians these days often complain that we're not represented enough in American culture, in American media. Most people just know us as kung fu fighters, delivery people, whatever. But we are more than that. And Asian Americans itself we are a part of America just as Latino Americans, African Americans, Caucasians. We're here. And when I talk about owning nail salons, when I talk about child labor, and Asian people don't care about that kind of stuff, I'm speaking that from experience. I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm not trying to be politically incorrect. I'm not trying to stereotype. I'm telling you facts, and it just happens to be funny, and it clearly could happen to also be offensive. But living where I live, the Washington, D.C. suburbs, this is a very diverse place, And when I tell you these random jokes, these random Asian stereotypical jokes, they aren't really exaggerations. Maybe sometimes it is just to like land the joke, make it more funny, but they're all facts. Like, I don't tell you that I see Asian kids who are 5, 6 years old working at the cash register because I'm being offensive. I'm telling you because I've seen it. I don't tell you that Vietnamese people own nail salons because, oh, it's some type of stereotypical thing. It's the truth. My mom is a manicurist. I have aunts that got into doing hair. Most of the Asian Vietnamese ladies I've met throughout my life were manicurists, and there's nothing wrong with being a manicurist. Like, that's a skill. It's an art. You know how hard it is to paint flowers on a small nail with accuracy? Like, there's nothing to be ashamed of. Same things, there's nothing to be ashamed of being good at math and stuff, the stereotype that Asian people are good at math. But I'm sharing with you through jokes and stuff like that, like my culture. And I'm hoping that everything I say about being Asian and all these racial, stereotypical Asian jokes, it's a way for me to open up these boundaries and share what it is like to be Asian American. And this is being Asian American. Same thing as like Dave Chappelle and all these other African American comedians make all these African American related jokes that are hilarious, but it helps you learn about the culture more. Or like Russell Peters and how he talks about being Indian American and all these things. Or Indian Canadian, but North American Asians. We need to share our culture a little bit more. I'm not talking about our typical traditional culture. I'm talking about the culture that we have developed living here in America. And when you tell me not to talk about that stuff, not to share that stuff, or not to joke around about that stuff, you're just trying to silence what I'm trying to do. The end all be all is to entertain. And I hope in the process of entertaining, I inform, teach, give advice on video making, photography, things of that nature, but also kind of open the door on the mysteries of being Asian American. And if you're Asian, and I've gotten some comments about me being like racist by my own Asian comrades, if you're telling me not to make jokes and stuff, you are part of the problem of why Asians aren't represented, in mainstream media and American mainstream pop culture, why we are misrepresented, why we're not represented. Because how can people display us, show us, represent us properly on the broad scale, multimedia, pop culture, when they really don't know how to? Like, what is it like to be an Asian American? They don't know, because Asians just seem like a lot of us just try to conform, do what the rest of these people are doing. Change our name from Chang, from Wang, from Tai, from Kung Lao, from Liu Kang, to John, to Linda, to Jenny, to Mickey, to whatever random English name that ends with the EY that you want to change it to. Why are we doing that? I mean, my name is Vu. My brother's name is Phong, Phuong in Vietnamese. And we were given English names to make it easier to assimilate growing up. My brother's name was given as Peter, and mine is Paul. I decided late high school into college that I'm going to just stick with Vu. And I'm fine with it. I mean, it's easy to pronounce, but it also kind of holds on to my Vietnamese name. And it's not a Vietnamese name. I'm an American. My name is Vu, and Vu is an American name now. That's the way I look at it, So stop being embarrassed about your stereotypes. some of it is kind of factual and some of it's not true. So if it's not true, don't be bothered by it. If your name is Tao, leave it at Tao. Like, you don't need to conform it or change it to fit what is acceptable or fit what is common. You know, I'm not going to, and that's why I'm not going to change the way I deliver my YouTube information to conform with the rest of YouTube or what Americans are wanting, or Canadians, or what have you. If you don't understand my jokes, fine. But I do encourage you to take note of it, because you get some insight into how it is being an Asian American living in the East Coast metropolitan area. You know, I'm pretty sure any Asian American living in New York, any Asian American living in California and all these other quote unquote blue states would probably understand my jokes and probably understand where I'm coming from most of the time. And if you're not from that, you're a more rural area and you don't really see that many Asian people, you're not around them that much, it's an opportunity for you to learn how it's like, how it is like to be an Asian American, you know? So there's no mystery, you know, there's no mystery. You know, we're not just martial artists. We are not just teachers. We're not just a bunch of nerds that play ping pong and piano. We don't all have accents and stuff. Like, I would like to say that I don't speak like this. I speak like this, you know? So all I got to say is this. I'll end it with this. As an Asian growing up, I think a lot of us are told by our parents to go to school, get good grades, to become get a good job, to become successful, to make money. And that's the primary goal of most Asian Americans my age, and probably maybe even kids younger than me, that you have to take these routes, and that's how you be successful. So, you know, when I was an accountant and my parents told their friends that I was an accountant, it was probably a lot easier for them. But now it's probably more difficult for them to tell their friends, oh, my son is a videographer. He's an idiot on YouTube and stuff like that. But videography has made my life better because I get to do my passion. I get to do what I love. And I actually am more financially well off as a videographer than I was an accountant. You know, I was just an accountant, a basic accountant. I was getting paid enough to pay bills in the Washington, D.C. metro area, but I'm a lot more well off now. So I'm able to support my family with the income I get from being a videographer. So that's all I really need. You know what I mean? Like, and you as a kid growing up, if you're out there and your parents are telling you to become a doctor, your parents are telling you to become a lawyer, your parents are telling you to do these typical Asian successful careers, I would really sit down and really think about this. Make sure that this is what you want to do. Don't just chase the general success that you don't have to chase those standard careers that society says that makes you successful. Do whatever you want. Do what you really want to do. Chase what you really want to chase. Chase the dream that you really want to chase. It's a free country. Say what you want. And I'm going to continue to say what I want on YouTube so long that it doesn't get me demonetized. Anyway, till next time, lighten up. And thank you for subscribing. And thank you for watching my idiotic videos.